In the next few days, as a maintenance customer, you'll be receiving this email to announce the release of PEPS 2025. Following these instructions, you'll be able to download the new version, retrieve your license, and review the new features that are included. Some of the options that we have, clicking on the links, we have the installation guide, the technical specs if you're going onto a new PC, how to get the license from the website, and the new features. So we can review those now. So we'll skip over the downloading and go to the Opticam Classic and Nucleo system specs. So we want you to note that the current release and the prior two releases for customers under maintenance are only supported. Any other versions are no longer supported. They are available for download, but will receive no support. We're still working with Windows 10 and Windows 11 computers, both 64-bit, and making sure that you run an NVIDIA Quattro or RTX graphics card. No Intel onboard, AMD, or ATI graphics cards are supported. Another change in the installation of 2025 is coming from the post processors. So if we scroll down through the page here, you'll note that we get to the downloads website. So if we go to the download website, open that up, and we go to the products, we'll select our PEPS product, and then we'll select the version. Once we get to the version, you'll see you'll have a PEPS full install, basic installation, and a help system. The basic does not include the help. And then you'll also see you have wire EDM post processors here at the bottom. The biggest change in 2025 is for the main installation, we are now only including the most popular post processors for the market. To see that, we have linked in the list here. These are the post processors that are now included with the main installation. If you do not see your post in this list, you'll make sure to scroll down and download the Wire EDM post processor package. This will include all the additional posts that might be needed for you to install. As you can see, once you get the products installed, the full installation and the post processors, these will be the folders that you see, and these will be the full post processor folder. What you'll have to do is once you get those done and downloaded, you'll unzip the files into the folder. You'll browse to the post that you would like to install that's not included in the post processors wire folder. So as you can see, there's no AC FANUC post here. So I can simply right click, copy, move over to here and paste. Now, when I run the installation as a new user, or if I'm migrating a computer to a new version that has the AC FANUC post, this post will now be installed automatically during the installation. If I forget to do this, I can always run the installation of the post after the main installation is completed. And we'll have instructions on how to do that as well. So once you have this post copied in, or any other post that you may or may not need, you can then go to the software and run the install. Right click and run it as an administrator. All right, this is prompting us what language we want to work with. And now we can select, are we running a local dongle or a floating dongle? If you have a network license, it'll be a floating dongle, local dongle. So I have a network license. choose the install folder, simply hit next, next. At this installation, I'm going to do a custom installation of just the wire module. And then we'll install PEPS 2025. We'll check to run the internet update when we're finished, and we'll make a desktop shortcut. This is everything that's going to be installed. So this will take a few minutes here to run through the entire installation. All right, once you reach the end of the installation, you'll be prompted to run the migration tool. Migration tool is going to transfer your system settings from an existing version to the new version. So this is going to allow us to take the existing 2024 version that we have installed, all the settings from here, technology databases, colors of your background, all of that information will now be transferred to 2025. If you're using a previous version, you can hit change, brings up another window, and you'll have some different options here. Note, anything prior to 2023 using version 8.2 or 8.2 beta, we have noticed there are some issues with getting the technology databases and some machine names as well. So we will select our, I go from 2024 to 2025, so we'll hit next. So this is going to tell me that these are the posts that I currently have installed. So this here will bring all of your posts for the machines that you have installed from the previous version into the new. So we're just going to hit next. If you have a new post processor you want to add after the migration, you can check the box here as well. If you need to add any at a later date, we'll have an additional video for that. So we'll go ahead and hit next here, and then we'll hit execute. And we'll let this run. All right, so we're getting each of the posts installed. We should be all set to go from there. It's telling us that the migration is finished. We can show the log file to check for any errors. Just make sure if there's any errors or anything in here. If there are some errors or something isn't wrong, we'll need this to send to development so they can review it. So next we'll close out of the migration tool. Now it's prompting us to run the service pack. So we're just going to run a service pack via internet. And we'll go all on to make sure we're all updated, and then we'll hit next. Depending upon the date at which you do download this update or this version of the software, this first update that you run could take an additional 5-10 minutes, as you could be updating a few months worth of updates at once. You can see it's the file is downloaded and transferred. Now we're running the installation of these files that we downloaded. And now that the update is finished, we'll hit closed. And now our software has now successfully been installed. The next step is to make sure that you have your most updated license of the software. So viewing the instructions, we would click here to the Camtek license website. It'll bring up this website here. You'll switch to English, and then you'll enter your dongle number. So if you're not sure what that is, as shown in the instructions, you can open up Code Meter. That'll open up the control center here. And then you can see that you have your dongle number here. So mine is 3-5644235. 5644235. 3 dash. That up again. 5644235. Double check that. Request license file. So it tells us your license was found and the date that it was created. So this is last year's license for me, so I don't actually need this, but you would just download your current license, save. And then from here, the easiest way to do this is just double click on this file that's been downloaded, and then it will run the updater, and then it'll run your license update. Once you have your license completely updated, you should have a PEPS 2025 icon on your screen. From here, we can open Wire EDM, and then you can choose the post processor that you would be working with. So say we'll work with the Makino post processor. Okay, so we can have the system open. We can review the post processor settings. So I am in version 2025 of the Makino Post. Look on the settings that I have. These are preset. And we'll switch back to the general tab. This is 2024 of the Makino Post. See, all of these settings are the same here. We go to output options. Now the biggest change that you'll see in the output options is in the Makino post processor, we changed the technology databases and how they work. So the rest of these options are checked correctly, as we can test. Look, everything looks the same. What we need to do here, though, now is import in the updated technology. And we'll have a separate video for that. So everything here is fine. If we were to look at our view properties, which is your system settings, we have the same colors here. We have our background set. Our auto snap is set. Mine is mainly set to the default settings. System color, single color, auto snap, everything selected. So migration tool is a nice tool to use when upgrading from one version to the next. So that is the installation and migration for an existing user from a previous version to the 2025 version. If you have any questions or if you've had any issues during this installation, please reach out to our support staff at support@optisolutionsUSA.com.